Hi, welcome to a new video. If you are new here, I'm Eve and my native language is Spanish from Chile. I've been learning English for many years now and I've just started studying Korean. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to create a language learning plan. This is actually a guideline that I'll follow to create my own plan for learning English and Korean. I try to create a guideline that works for every language, so if you're learning a different one, this will work for you as well. Please keep in mind that not everyone learns in the same way, so try to use this guideline or fix some things so you can adapt this guideline to your own goals. Now, let's crush it! Before talking about the guideline itself, let's talk a little bit about the root of the desire of learning a new language. And this root can be titled as Find Motivation and Have Perseverance. About motivation, it's essential to know why you want to learn a new language. If you don't have a real motivation, it's highly likely that you quit. But we don't want to quit, so motivation will help you to keep trying it. For example, for me, my motivation to learn Korean is to watch K-dramas without subtitles. And in relation to perseverance, we have to know that it's also important. Motivation can be 40% and perseverance can be 60%. So both of them are important. For example, if one day you don't have motivation to study your target language, then you'll have the ability to do it without any hesitation, okay? So perseverance will do all the work. I found an article about this and it says, various studies have shown that perseverance is an essential quality for success in life. It often tops aptitude and raw talent and is a more accurate predictor of achievement. Our ability to stick with our tasks, goals, and passions is vital. So if one day you are not in the mood of studying, perseverance, the ability, will send your brain a signal and then you'll start working on your goals. Remember that perseverance can be learned because it's an ability. The link of this article can be found in the description box. Now let's talk about the guideline to create a language learning plan. First, set realistic goals. Write down all your goals and then check them to see which one is realistic and which one is not. If you write, for example, 5 goals, you'll probably have 1 or 2 realistic goals. Be careful in this part because we have to think about the available time we have to study. Try to set goals that fit your schedule and weekly activities. Think about the activities you do right now, for example, working, studying at the university or high school, cooking, exercising, spending time with other people or yourself, and then set the amount of time that you can assign for your learning sessions. From my perspective, long study sessions are not beneficial unless we set small breaks between each session. For example, splitting up your study session throughout the day can be positive for your memory. Our brain doesn't work very well when we study for long periods of time. At the end of each session, you might feel exhausted, and that can cause a loss of motivation. I recommend you to study for 15 minutes and then take a break for about 5 minutes and then come back to study 15 more minutes. Also, in this part, we have to know that we have to set small goals for a week and other goals for the entire month. Thus, we'll get the chance to review our progress by reviewing the goals achieved during that month. And at the end of the month, we're going to have the chance to review our achieved goals. Second, choose a notebook. We are going to use this notebook to write vocabulary, grammar notes, and exercise that you do for your learning process. Any notebook can work in this part of the guideline. You can choose a normal one or something cuter to stay motivated. But indeed, you're going to use your notebook just to write vocabulary, grammar notes, and every aspect that you consider important for the language. Also, I want to say that having a specific notebook for your learning process will make the difference about your organization. You'll have everything that you need to study in just one place. So it's important to have one of these. Third, find resources for each skill of the language. When we learn a new language, we have to focus our attention in each skill. So in this part, we are going to review some of these skills that might help you to create your own language learning plan. Listening, you can create playlists with songs. You can also create playlists with your favorite podcasts that talk about the subject that you are interested in. Writing, you can also choose another notebook to use it as a journal and then write down all the activities that you do during the day, or for example, some thoughts or ideas you have about a specific subject. Also, you can rewrite other texts that you can find online. For me, for example, it's very important to practice my writing skills because Korean has a different system to write the words. Therefore, writing will help you to get used to the system that is used in that language. For example, in Spanish, we have some words that use accents and other words that don't use accents. So if you practice your writing by rewriting some other texts, you're going to be practicing the real writing of the language. Also, I consider that rewriting some other texts, it's similar to the imitation technique when it comes to the speaking. I'll talk about that later in the video. The third skill is reading, and in this part you can choose a book that you like. It can also be a magazine, a website, or also a blog. The idea is that you read something that you like, so you can enjoy it. Another way to practice your reading skills is to find a native speaker on Instagram because they publish photos, right, and images with some captions. Okay, so I was telling you that finding someone online, especially on Instagram, can help you to learn more common expressions. They tend to use sentences describing their daily they use some sentences to express their daily activities, so that might help you. And the last skill is speaking, and I will suggest you to narrate your daily activities. It can be in front of the mirror or not, but try to do some basic sentences to describe your activities. Another suggestion, it could be finding someone online to speak with. This might also help you to teach other people your own language. Because, for example, you can find someone that wants to speak your native language, and then you can teach them your language, and they can teach you their language. So it's a win-win, right? And the last exercise that you can do to practice your speaking skill is to try the imitation technique. I learned this from English, and I will let the link to the video in the description box so you can check that technique. Fourth, choose activities that you will do to study the language. Try to select the activities that you really like because this will help you to keep trying it during the whole day. For example, some of the activities that I enjoy are journaling, watching YouTubers, creating flashcards, reading children's stories, listening to podcasts, watching TV series or films, checking textbooks with exercise, among others. So let me know in the comments below what are your favorite activities to learn a new language. Fifth, organize the activities in your calendar. In this part, you have to create a calendar that includes every aspect of the language, I mean, the skills. And our objective in this part is to have a specific time for each activity and a specific place to perform that activity. Also, at this point, you have to apply your realistic goals. I would recommend you to divide the activities by skills and then schedule them in your calendar. Remember that you have to split up your activities so you don't feel overwhelmed at the end of each study session, okay? So try to keep that in mind when you set your calendar. At last but not least, do weekly revisions. I recommend you to do this on Sundays because it's kind of the last day of the week. We need to write revisions about what activities we did or missed during the week. So this will help you to consider them for the following weeks. My two biggest suggestions at this point are: do not stress or overwhelm. Try to make the process fun because it's something that you want to do. And at the end of the day, you're going to feel great because you are going to work for something that you want for your own goals, right? And the last suggestion is start small because small steps can make a big and huge difference. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to follow this guideline to learn a new language. I'll be really happy to get in touch with other language learners. See you in the next video. Bye!